I don't know how to I don't know how to follow a superhero. It's a really hard thing. It makes me want to go off script and just speak from my heart. I really want to thank all of the teachers and parents that make celebrations like this possible. When you think about the commitment to academic excellence, athletic excellence, inclusivity excellence, it's really quite incredible to take a moment in the midst of all of the hard things that we are grappling with as a community, but to recognize our competitive spirit and also recognize how great we are at excelling in these particular spaces. And it doesn't happen by accident. It happens because people trust one another, they invest in each other. And the goal of this school system is to continue to find ways to, build off of that and sustain it. These types of practices and commitment to classroom excellence and excellence all over are evident every single day when I have opportunities to visit our schools. I had the pleasure of visiting many schools over the last couple of weeks with members of our board. For those of you that had an opportunity to join me, thank you. Yesterday had the pleasure of being up at all three of our mountain schools. And whether you are a member of each of those respective school communities or not, I encourage everybody just to go and check out the buildings. It's like going back in time, but also seeing instructional excellence with teachers who are teaching multiple grade levels and trying to continue to find creative and identified ways to make learning relevant, localized to their community, but commitment to the district excellence. When I think about all of the efforts that our elementary school teachers have had to go through implementing new curriculum in our literacy spaces, those teachers in those schools have implemented 2 grade levels at the same time. And their ability to come together and collaborate and think creatively to make that work and identify ways to accelerate students, not hold them back, but to use that as a leverage point is absolutely incredible. Other schools by name that I've had a chance to see and be a part of are Poudre High School, Riffenberg Elementary School, O'Day Elementary School, and Shepherdson. And each of those engagement opportunities are unique to their school communities. And as I see many of you representing other school communities, we understand the importance of uniqueness, but also the importance of engagement and talking about hard things. Every Monday that I have an opportunity to attend schools, at the last school that I'm at, I stay after school, and it's optional for teachers to engage, and we have an informal chat just to have a chance to talk to me about things that they want me to celebrate and things that they want me to pay attention to or think differently about. And I get a lot of really great feedback and trends around the system, but my most recent one was at Shepherdson Elementary School. And what resonates with me is that our employees, our staff members, are really clinging for more opportunities to engage with us as members of the governance team. And I think that's one of the reasons why you, as members of the board, are committed to create more listening sessions, that we have one, I think, scheduled as early as next week, and having opportunities to have everybody in this room today. I really love the energy. We may not all agree on all things and all topics, but the fact that we can come together is a really meaningful experience, and I know that will continue as we close out the year. The most incredible celebration of excellence in this community, in this district, is our graduations. They're right around the corner, believe it or not. I think they're only a little over a month away. I'm not a believer in counting the few days that we have left, but celebrating 13 years of commitment to being a part of this district and this community is quite significant, and it's not just a celebration for those high schools, it's a celebration for those families. It's a celebration for the middle schools and the elementary schools and our pre-K programs that all have been a part of that academic success. So we're going to talk about those types of successes and challenges throughout the course of our agenda this evening. On our agenda tonight is a topic that we've been talking about pretty frequently, which is our graduation requirements. And what the board is being asked to approve on the consent agenda is a true example of community engagement. Doctors Julie Chaplin and Dr. Dwayne Schmitz, along with their action team that is a part of our strategic plan, have truly listened and adapted and have iterated on their particular versions of how to think about this change in an inclusive manner where all people feel heard. We may not all agree on the end outcome, and that's okay, but the fact that we've changed and iterated on that process as a result of true community feedback, I think, is quite impressive. We will also hear the second part of our District Ends 1.0 monitoring report. Dr. Schmitz will also be talking a little bit about that and cover he's already covered in part 1 our academic achievement in the last board meeting, and tonight is focused on our students' mental health. I will share, as we've known and we've talked about over the last 3 years, our district priorities around literacy, mental health, and belonging, and ensuring all students have a chance to not just graduate, but graduate with options, choices, whether it's a 4-year program, a 2-year program, the military, or directly into the workforce. Our district's budget, which is another topic tonight, reflects our values of how we invest in these things. And I'm super excited and want this community to pay special attention to the progress that we are making in the area of mental health. We have not cracked the code. We have many people in our community that are still hurting. Our young people are hurting. But the fact that we are making significant gains and trending in the right direction as a result of us talking about vulnerable things. The fact that we're talking about wanting to ensure that not just some people, but all people, regardless of your identities, feel seen, feel heard, and feel honored is what makes this place special. I don't know yet what my superpower is. I'm curious about that, if I have one. But I do believe that this district's superpower is its people. As we talk about our budget tonight, I know that there are many people tuning in and are here in person because there are a lot of questions about our budget. There are a lot of questions on whether the data that's out there is accurate and whether that we have to solve problems now, or if it's not so dire, maybe we can do this 3 or 4 superintendents from now. I want to tell you unequivocally, we have to solve these problems now. Our obligation to this community, to our children and the future of this community, to ensure that our brand promise that our schools are not just hollow buildings, but hollow buildings with exceptional teachers who are also surrounded by exceptional school counselors, music educators, PE teachers, art teachers, and we're figuring out a way to continue to attract the most talented people in those areas for our schools to be full and our buildings to be fully optimized, recognizing that our infrastructure is continuing to be challenged because we offer so many choices. Vibrancy comes at a cost, and that conversation is hard, but I'm here for it. I'm here to lead in partnership with you, and I'm really excited that I know that we're going to continue to grapple with these hard things together. I also want to recognize as the superintendent, my reality and my experiences in this community may be different than our bus drivers, our paraprofessionals, our kitchen workers, our teachers, our school and district administrators. People are hurting. People are scared. I say that not to be an alarmist. I say that to name the uncomfortable truth that if we don't talk about what we're afraid of, if what we're concerned about losing, and come together in a greater good, our students are the ones who are going to lose. I ask us as a community to continue to come together. And tonight is an incredible, not just symbolic gesture of that, but it's a real action-oriented gesture of how you're engaging in our governance team. And I'm grateful for that. I want to also invite you and ask you to resist the urge to vilify any group of people, any one school or one department over another as a means to try to protect another one. We're better than that. The solutions to these problems are not on social media. They're not on Reddit and Facebook and Twitter. They're in these spaces and other engagement sessions where we have an opportunity to be emotional, but also tap in to our logical, reasonable parts of our brains and our hearts and the wisdom and intelligence of this community. And I'm confident that we have done that and are continuing to do that well. People have shown up in the hundreds for the most recent listening and engagement sessions in this topic, all expressing personal interests, community interests that are all valid and real, but have done so in a productive way to be heard. And for all of those that have been facilitating that, whether you're a member of the steering committee or a member of CSU, a member of our cabinet, or a member of our community who's simply just been curious or wanted to be mobilized into action, I want to say thank you for caring enough to be a part of this school system and its commitment to being better. We're going to get through these hard times together. Thank you for the opportunity to allow me to address the community this evening.